What's going on, guys? Chuck here with another awesome Blu-ray purchase, and this is a big one. Not so much in like huge title, but maybe it is depending on your point of view. But it's big in it's a big physical release, um, and it's big in the sense that this is a film with um, big history. You know, or it's known whether it be famous or infamous. You decide. The film we're talking about, or the set we're talking about, is from Umbrella, and it's Caligula, the Ultimate Cut 4K limited edition, and this thing is a beast, which is appropriate for something like Caligula. For those of you not aware, Caligula is a film about the Roman Emperor. There's been plenty of I think the Italian films that probably came out around this time about Caligula. I think, several, at least a couple of them. I talked about them some years back when I purchased those. But this is a film starring, some great British actors at the time. You had Malcolm McDowell, Helen Mirren, Peter O'Toole, John Gielgud, and several other. And this is, basically the life of Emperor, Roman Emperor Caligula. It was directed by Tino Brass, and it was a big elaborate, basically, this a big elaborate thing. Was supposed to be huge, but it ran a lot of problems. It's got a lot of controversy. At one point, it was produced by Bob Guccione, who was the publisher of Penthouse magazine, who infamously went in and did some re-edit of the film, including hardcore scenes put into it, and that was released in theaters. The film was infamous for an X rating, but it's got such a crazy reputation in history behind it, which you know makes it's probably bigger than the film itself. Honestly, the film is in all its various versions. It's more of a spectacle than a film. At least what you've seen, what's been released prior from like was it 79, 80, whatever it was in the different edits, and it's something that's been talked about or known more for its shock factor and its infamous X rating and the X rated scenes, and knowing that you had big name stars performing who weren't really aware of this until it came out, and all the controversy that arose with that. So again, it's a movie more known for its reputation than the film itself. And just recently, apparently, the film has been restored, retooled, re-edited to this new ultimate cut, which was released at Cannes in 2023. And from what I understand, they've found it's filled with all new footage that was never used over. There I went through the looking through the ultimate cut, just kind of skimming through it because it's about 3 hours long, and then we'll get into the cuts on this series film. In the beginning of it, there's a whole little written introduction talking about a brief history of the film and how they went through I think 90 hours of footage of they found all this unseen footage, and they tried to re-edit to what the original script was supposed to be, and the best they could, all the stuff that was actually filmed and not put together to create this ultimate cut, and that's the one that's in 4K. Again, this film has got an infamous history and fascinating at the same time. Prior to this, the only reason I had this 3-disc Imperial Edition DVD, which was probably the ultimate version you could get of Caligula at the time. And this only contained what was the unrated, uncensored feature film, and then the pre-release cut, which I guess was the non-sex scenes, where the unreleased, unedited. That's the one with the Bob Guccione inserts. And again, both films are totally re-edited in different ways, and that's just added more with this ultimate cut. Because, like I said, when looking at the ultimate cut, I couldn't tell you what's new, what's added. I'd have to sit and do it side by side. You can probably go online somewhere and find somewhere they've done a comparison of what's missing, what's added, or what's cut, what's rearranged. Because there's a lot of things that are changed. One thing I know for sure was that the opening titles are totally different. Besides the opening, text talking about the what it took to put this production together, include the making of the ultimate cut. but there's a whole different title sequence, like an kind of weird animated thing, which is totally different from what's in the original version. And I'm ashamed. I have to go back and rewatch, or watch film, and then even then, I think there's like 4 or 5 cuts in here of the film, all different versions. I don't know. It reminds me of, it's me comparison, the Close Encounters of the Third Kind. The set I have up there, Blu-ray, or 4K actually. That's got different cuts. The difference in that is it's like a branching thing, so you just kind of switch them out. But this actually has different discs, different films. But let's dive into this. I also noted that there is a North American release coming out, but it's having a lot of controversy just recently. It's just the ultimate cut in 4K disc by itself, but there's been some issues about what the length of time on the I don't know if it's that cut or one of the other cuts. I'm not sure how many cuts are on that version, but there was an issue with, again, the length of time of what actually was advertised, and it's been drawing a lot of ire from fans, like I said. But if you want Caligula, I think this set is what you need is the way to go. And like I said, when I saw that Umbrella was putting this out, it was like a no-brainer. I've got to grab this. Not only because of my love for film history and just controversial films, but also my love of smut. So let's take a look at this ginormous box. Here's this artwork, and this is a beautiful box. I said it's a beast. It's huge. There's the back. There's everything that's in there. So let's get all this out. And again, you've got a nice solid box. This ain't moving. It's got a lot of very solid hard squeeze tests. Nothing's happening. So here is the disc themselves in a slipcover with Malcolm McDowell and Helen Mirren. This is what better proof that I'm a god? So I have a husband and a wife. What does it say there? And I'm all that is and will ever be. The dude was weird. But, I'm not here to kink shame. So, that's a slip. And here is your 4K. Here's your back. And the alternate cover is the exact same thing again. As I said before with the umbrella ties, this has the rating on here. So, inside, you've got 4 discs, 1 4K and 3 Blu-rays. And also, we should point out here, the Blu-rays are all region free. So they'll play no matter what. Or they'll play in your region A player, to say. Not no matter what, but So the ultimate cut in 4K is the red disc. This, as far as I can tell, was the ultimate cut on Blu-ray. Because they don't tell you. They just say, disc 1, disc 2. Which I really wish it'd tell you which cuts were what on the what disc. Here on the green disc, I started to check it out, but I didn't get it finished. And then from what I can tell, this I think was the 2.5 hour cut, which was, at least this was what was on here. And I believe that's the unedited, the one with the Bob Guccione, hardcore inserts put in. I didn't get through far enough to see that was, but I only got to check a few minutes before I got interrupted, and you people walk on, you can't sit there, hey, I'm watching Caligula, because that's not going to fly. So I just stopped before I get too far in examining, what was what. But I'm pretty sure, judging by the time I checked on it, like I said, I'm pretty sure that was that cut. Now, on this orange disc, I'm not sure I haven't gotten this one, so I'm not sure what cuts are on here, but if we look at what is on here listed, and I should also point out that this is a limited edition of 5,000, and this is number 174. It's a pretty low number. Well, I'll get into the cuts in just a minute. Let's finish looking at all this. There's a lot to unpack here, a lot. But like I said, there you have the red, blue, green, and orange. That's all your 4 discs in there. Also, you've got, let's see, some posters. Here is the poster for the Ultimate Cut. And then you've got the slipcover poster for the Ultimate Cut with, again, Helen Mirren. And, you know, I'm a huge fan of Helen Mirren. So, another reason for me to get this is, you know, I'm a huge fan of Helen Mirren now. So, speaking of Helen Mirren, you know, when is someone going to put out 4K of Excalibur? You know, that's totally off subject, but it needs to happen. So, but there's that poster. And then we have another poster in here. Let's see. This looks like a foreign one. I'm not sure what. Actually, I think that might be the. Because I think it's mentioned that one of the shorter cuts or alternate, you know, maybe the Australian cut or some other cut. I'm not sure. And then you have the famous, but the North America poster, the one I'm used to seeing, the one I always saw in the video stores. This is always in the back room of the video stores. This wasn't up front with everybody else. This is back with the porn. Okay, so those are the posters in there. Get those back in there. And also in here, like I said, you got a lot of stuff to unpack. We have cards. I'm not sure what I can show you. So I'm opening this for the first time. We'll see what we got here. Let's see. So it's like an alternate poster for Caligula. There's that. I think this one's okay. That one's not too bad. She's mostly covered up. This looks like a Japanese. And then we have the Ultimate Cut. Okay, so we got through these. These weren't bad at all. We were good. Okay. So a lot of different poster artwork for that. Okay. So we have a. This is going to be tough. A mini reproduction of Penthouse magazine talking about Caligula. Now this isn't, you know, a reproduction of the full magazine, just partial, from what I can tell. Here's the back and Tarleton cigarettes. I'm not sure what I can show you in here. I can show you we have ads for Marlboro. Or is that Winston? Winston, excuse me, Winston. And then, yeah, this talking about Caligula. And it says article on the movie. And, yeah, a lot of stuff that I cannot... Here, there's a lot of stuff here that I cannot... Yeah, I can't. Nope, not doing that. Oh, gosh, no. Yeah, this is... It's all about the film. You're not, you know, here's an interview with Bob Guccione. So that was very controversial going in. You know, a lot of people were not made aware of this. He was going to be adding these X-rated scenes he had filmed and put in here, which is just crazy to think about. And you know, cartoons. So, oh my gosh. So it's not okay. Again, it's a Penthouse reproduction and just talking about the film. So it's not like anything else that was probably in this issue of Penthouse. Just anything pertaining to Caligula. But no like Penthouse pet or anything like that. So, but it's a neat little thing. Just for nostalgia's sake. Also included in here, we have a nice hardbound book. And it's a thick one. My gosh. The most perverted, despicable, and offensive motion picture ever made. Oh, that's a heck of an endorsement. What else we got? As erotica, Caligula has all the potency of industrial strength saltpeter. As drama, it is leadenly lugubrious. As historical reconstruction, it lacks veracity. As a film, it is an unqualified disaster, traits that the American public has managed to overlook in its vigilant quest for fresh thrills, as they have paid approximately $20 million to see it in the comparatively few cities in which it is played. The Cleveland Plain Dealer. Glowing reviews. Glowing. You've got to see. Contents: your introduction, production, original release, restoration and revival, essays and custom artwork, and yeah, you just got a lot of. Again, there's a lot of pictures in here I can't show, but going over the cast, the crew. Okay, like Helen Mirren, I can show some Helen Mirren. So there you go. I think it's all. Gore Vidal was also wrote or worked on the script. I should point that out. But some talk, a timeline on the pre-production. You got some stills here of some stuff I just cannot show you at all. Oh my gosh. Poster art. I mean, there's a lot of stuff. It's just, I mean, you can flip through this. There's a lot of good stuff in here. But it's a nice little, hardback book. But wait, we're not done, because here you have a script. I believe there's actually two scripts. You have the 1975 draft, the 1976 draft, and then the novelization by William Howard. Which, the novelization, I noticed, it only this much. It must not be a very long novelization. This part here is two scripts. This part here is the novelization. So, the book itself goes about. It's 424 pages. 424 page book. So you got two scripts and a novelization of Caligula. That must be a very interesting read. And I think, not in here. I think it's in here. There are storyboards I saw of sex scenes. Some lewd storyboarded sex scenes, which are just wow. This is so cool to have. Okay. So, yeah, this is a huge. I am blown away by the treatment that they gave to Caligula. Again, it's a film that, like I said, when I remember first hearing about seeing it, it was in the back room with all the adult movies, and this was supposed to be mainstream. And, like I said, knew about its reputation. Oh, wait, I still didn't go over the special features that are on here, so. I'm so blown away, or just, Okay, so. Got a piece of tape stuck on me, sorry. Get off of me, okay. So, here are the special features. Okay. So you have, like I said, the 4K of Caligula the Ultimate Cut with audio commentary by Heather Drain plus a trailer. You have 3 Blu-ray discs. The Ultimate Cut was 173 minutes. The unrated, uncensored cut in HD at 156 minutes. I.O. Caligula the Italian Cut, and that's in standard definition, 124 minutes. You have the Australian rated cut in standard definition at 102 minutes. See, they keep getting smaller and smaller. And then the pre-release cut in HD at 153 minutes. You have audio commentary with Heather Drain, audio commentary with actor Malcolm McDowell, moderated by Nick Redman. I believe this is archival from the Imperial Edition. Audio commentary with actors Helen Mirren, Alan Jones, and James Ellis Chafin. Again, I think this is archival also. Audio commentary with on-set writer Ernest Volkman. Interview by Nathaniel Thompson. Caligula, The Rise, Fall, and Resurrection video essay by James Gann. Thomas Negovin and Aaron Schaap discuss Caligula, The Ultimate Cut.
Thomas Negovan on Caligula at Cannes. Post-screening Q&A with Malcolm McDowell and Thomas Negovan in Fantastic Film Festival 2023. Q&A with Malcolm McDowell and Thomas Negovan at Fantastic Film Festival 2023. Hours of archival footage, including deleted scenes, alternate scenes, behind the scenes, documentaries, featurettes, and interviews with Tito Brass, John Steiner, Lori Wagner, Gore Vidal, and more. So this thing, like I said, it is loaded. It is packed. They have put a lot into this release of Caligula. For any fan of Caligula, and I'm assuming there's a demand out there for this. So, for I know I was excited about it. I know a lot of people wanted actually that North American release, but I mean, if you're wanting the full blown, Caligula experience, if you will, then you're selling yourself short with that release. And it sounds like, again, there's a lot of controversy of what cuts are available in that, or what cut is available in that. But this is definitely the way to go. And I don't know if these are available. I don't know if Umbrella's going to do a standard set. I get this. Hold on. Having problems here getting this book in here. Okay. I can do this. There we go. There we go. So, yeah. Like I said, I don't know if Umbrella's going to do a standard definition. I think they might. They may have just the disc. I don't recall, honestly, because this is all I saw. This was it. I had to get this. Again, it's not so much about the movie to me as it is. It's a piece of history, a piece of cinematic history for probably all the wrong reasons. But it's troubled history. There's a lot here. I mean, it's great that, and it's really cool. I mean, this ultimate cut that if it's got all this new footage that's never been seen, that pieced together what was intended to be Caligula prior to it being tinkered with by Bob Guccione and all the other. Like I said, you see how many edits or cuts or versions of the film are to see what may have been intended. Initially is interesting. And you've got, like I said, you have great actors and great performances. I mean, it's great set pieces. The money is on the screen. It's all there. You may have to get around some nudity and a few other things to get to it, but it's there. And, I say, is it, masterpiece? No. But it's an interesting, it's an experience. That's the best way to describe Caligula. It's an experience, and it's an experience you got to be in the mood for, or to know what you're getting to before you get into it. At least if you want to go out the unrated version. I mean, I think from the ultimate cut, you could probably it just be a little weird movie. It might be things like again, because I remember again I just kind of flipped through it to see what was different. And I mean, there are certain things I know I didn't see that I remember seeing. So I took out some of the crazier stuff, and it's which is crazy because the unrated cut, like I said, is about 2.5 hours long. The ultimate cut is 3 hours long, but they're still taking out so much stuff from the unrated cut. So it tells you they found a whole lot more footage and they basically made a whole new film. So again, I don't have the side by sides. I don't know what's here, what's there, what's missing. It'll be interesting to go and try and find that out. I don't know if I could actually sit there and go through all these different versions and try and pick them out myself. That's a lot of work, and I don't got time. So I'm going to probably go online and try and look it up. I suggest you do the same thing. But yeah, Caligula 4K, the ultimate cut, definitely the way to go. And I'm very excited to get this. I was looking so forward to this, so waiting for this to deliver. And I was not disappointed. This is, like I said, this box is a beast. It's a beauty, and they really went all out. This is without a doubt. I mean, at the time, I thought this DVD was the last, great release of Caligula you're going to get. Umbrella said, "Hold my beer." This is now the definitive Caligula. If someone's looking for the definitive Caligula, this is it.
So that's it for now. If you enjoyed this, click thumbs up, share, subscribe, leave me a comment below. Let me know if you've seen Caligula. What is your history with Caligula? Are you a perv like me? Don't answer that question. Don't just forget I said that. Do you have a history with Caligula or whatever the case may be? Do you have any of these versions? Were you looking forward to this edition coming out, or that North American one, and all the controversy on that? Whatever the case may be, or just say hi. I'll always take hi. So until next time, this is Chuck saying I will see you on the other side.